So today we've been working on the tug and the 57. So what we have here is the entire harness out of the airport tug. So this right here is my brake lights and my reverse lights right here. That's my transmission switch, so I imagine that's going to be telling it when reverse is in. Up here is my key, my headlight switch, and then that one right there is for my horn. And then you have all of these different gauges into this fuse panel right here, which I really don't want to mess with, so we're just going to mount that probably somewhere. And then we got a relay, which looks like it goes to a different relay to a different relay. I'm not sure what all of these different relays are for. And then this goes to the back of the alternator. No, this goes to the starter on the firewall, maybe the battery. I don't know. That's a headlight. I didn't label that one because it was already off previously, but basically this tug has headlights, high beams, low beams, it has windshield wipers, it has everything we need except blinkers. So my plan is to take that harness and pretty much put it into this truck, but just incorporate blinkers and high beams. So like I said, we took the dash out of it. This thing here has been a nice little donation bin of goodies. We just unplugged the wipers, but the whole motor's up here, so we can just kind of cut these wires here and then pull it all through if we need the extra wiring for anything. I'm not sure what we're going to have to do to it, but it looks like we have interior lights through that as well. So like this truck doesn't even have interior lights. The fact that the tug has interior lights is just phenomenal. Like, it's honestly phenomenal, guys. I cannot get over how much this tug is just giving up of its soul for our 57. The wife came back today and made a joke saying, oh, you're taking one completely unroadworthy piece of equipment and turning it into another unworthy road piece of equipment. So what we're going to be doing today is trying to figure out how to put... Oh, my battery is dying. We're going to try to figure out how to put this wiring harness into here and just kind of get it roughly laying around. We've been kind of screwing around with all the intake piping. I don't really have a video made of that yet because we're not done yet. There's still a lot of things that we have to change on how it's being routed and parts that are still waiting in the mail and stuff like that. So we'll have to go through on that, but we're not ready for that yet. So, saying that, I'm going to run some wiring and then we're going to see how well it looks. So we've been working on this all day. We got the oil pressure and the oil temp and battery voltage in there. Speedometer's in there, but it's not working because there's nowhere to screw it to. We got all the wires hanging down for behind the lights to see where we can light them up on there. And then we're going from there. So we have all the gauges for the other side over here. We're probably not going to use this hour meter anymore. Might just tuck it inside the dash, who knows. And then when it comes out underneath the hood, we're starting to get some stuff mounted, starting to go through the wiring harnesses, figuring out where stuff's going to go. But we got the main harness in here, we got the relay set up, we're just going to run that all the way down to the starter over there and go from there. So there's lots of stuff that we're getting into, like this one right here. This is all the rear lights of this thing, so you have your tail lights and everything down here. Again, I don't know what this is for, and I don't know what that's for, but they're in it. And then I believe this right here is our reverse. So we might just, that's to the transmission for the neutral safety switch and for the reverse lights. So we're going to run this down towards there and pull out some more wiring underneath here and see what we can do. I'm just starting to get into this. It's going to be a big job, that's for sure. This big job. Well guys, it's negative 21 degrees Celsius today. And we have to open the big bay door to get something out and something in. So we're dressed up. Super warm, and we're gonna get everything away from this door. We're gonna get the door up, and then we're gonna move a whole bunch of stuff. But before we do that, I gotta clear out all of this. And I gotta clear out all of this because this tug's gotta go outside. I want to clear out everything behind it. We are still going to be taking some parts off of this, so I'd like to like clean all the tools off of it and everything, and pretty much get everything that we need out of it. Which the only thing I think we need out of this is maybe one plug that's in here. Other than that, it can sit outside. Now the downside is it doesn't have steering anymore. The positive side is we've taken 1,800 pounds out of the front of this, so maybe the Walden can finally lift it. But we got to push the 57 Chevy back till it comes almost all the way to here. But first, before we do that, well, you have to move the girlfriend's Hyundai because she had squeaky brakes, so I had to take all of her brakes apart, try to find a squeak. I did not. We got to fix the gate because I maybe hit it with the snowplow half an hour ago. And we got to move this. So we have to move this, pull the tug out, put something in, move the tug back. Look at that snow coming off those cars. Best part is we're going to attempt this 1 hour until sunset. So this is a horrible idea, but let's get going. So step 1 is done. Girlfriend's car is brought up to the front. Step 2, we're getting the loader and we're going to try to bend that gate straight. If anything about demolition derbies, try to get these forks into the right spot. Step 3 has just been added, but I don't know if it's going to come at step 3 or step 7. A guy just messaged me and told me he's on his way for the Honda Accord. So I don't know what step that's going to be, but let's get this gate, try to be bent straight until the spring comes and I can replace the hinges, but at this temperature, I ain't fixing this. I'm just going to hit this with the loader and try to pretend like I fixed it. So let's get this gate fixed. Whose dumb idea was it to hit the fence? Oh, that's right, it was mine. Oh no! That ain't gonna work. Okay, step 2 is done. Gate is kind of fixed. Not perfect, but it'll give me this spring. So is that step 2 or is that step 3? I've lost track. How do you open? You're not nearly as good as we once was. But that's okay. I don't know the rest of the song. Next step! Okay, I'm liking this. Look at that. This is what the ground looks like before the snow comes. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. So now, we gotta get these doors open. Next step, actually before we get those doors open, we need to move all this crap. Let's get all this crap moved. Step 18 is done. We got the big door open. Now we're just gonna get this thing ready to come out. I gotta cut one plug out from underneath there and we gotta get all the tools off of this. Honestly, most of this shit can just stay, to be honest. I really don't care for most of this. So, we're not gonna have steering, that's okay. Ratchet strap, hammer. I think that's about all of it. And then we gotta push this Chevy back. I think we can do this. I gotta lift this bumper up. Hammer, ratchet strap. Cut one plug out. That's what I gotta do, is cut one plug out. Maybe take that shifter cable off too. Okay, step 5. Push Chevy back. Okay, check mark. Actually, I can't check it off yet. I haven't pushed it back yet. Come on, yes! Yes! Okay, I think that's as far back as we go. on the tug, and it's kind of heavy enough that it's just kind of pulling the walls in sideways. I want to go right over there. The trick is just to get it out of the way enough right now, I think. It's so icy, I think I can maybe slide it around, so it might work out to my advantage. But we'll have to see. And the walls and stuff. Get some more traction. I don't know, we're gonna have to figure this out. So step 19 is done, a cord is on the trailer. What about step 13? That's right, we've got the Cavalier inside the garage, we got the extra rear axle, we got the spare rear axle for the 57. I think we're doing pretty good. Sun is still up, so now we gotta put this Ford back into place, but I gotta move some of those tires right there. So let's, you wanna see how lazy I am here? Flip, 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 flip. Oh, there we go. That's how lazy I am. Woo! Why am I gonna get off this thing? That's how guys on operators get big bellies. Let's get this car moved, shut the garage, move the tug, get going. Ford is leaving. Ford is back. Now we're on to the next project, which I think is honestly going to be the hardest part of today, is getting this tug into its parking spot. Oh, whatever. We'll get this thing in there. First things first, let's get some of these tires off the ground. And I don't want to get off the loader, and I'm pretty sure they're frozen to the ground, so oh my god, that one was like flying. Let's try this one. Oh my god, it went flying. Alright, time for the tug. Let's see if we can get it in. Well, the sun's gone down, and the Walden has slid all over the ground. And I think that's about as close as this thing's gonna get to being in place. Maybe if I put air on the tires, it would have been much better to move. But I think that's as far as that thing is gonna get. So we still have to close down the shop and then see what we've done. But my fingers have gone numb. So let's go take a look at the shop. Okay, time to close down the shop and take an inventory and see how she looks. You look a little lopsided. Why do you look lopsided? We'll have to figure that out at a later date. Oh my goodness, is it cold. Well, we got the door shut. I'm freezing cold. I think I got snot running out of my nose, but we got everything moved. So, there we go. We got Zach's workshop all moved around today. So, still plenty of work to do on the 57. And we're going to start doing work on this Cavalier. Because the 57 now is getting to the point where we order parts. And it takes a week for the parts to come in. So I'd like to be able to do something while I'm waiting for the parts to come in. So thanks for watching. Today's been a very, very cold day. My hands are frozen. I can't feel my fingertips, but it was all worth it to bring you guys a video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop.